What is going on, guys? Hey, it's your boy Manny B here, the Skinny Water Boys. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. So something I've noticed over the span of me fishing and watching YouTube videos, watching people catch fish and all that jazz, and one question that was sparked up was to land a fish in a kayak on a net with like a swim bait or any lure. And so I want to show you guys how I think is the proper way to land it, because it can be difficult. Chaos and everything like that going on at the same time. You got to stay composed and stay calm. As much as you want to scream and yell, as y'all can see, I go crazy when I land a fish. But let me show you guys how I like to properly net a fish, especially the big ones, because you only have like a couple shots, especially if it's not hooked well and you want to get it in quick. So let's jump right into that. I'm gonna make this real short and sweet, guys. All right, guys, so real quick, I'm gonna show you. So the number one thing I see is sometimes you can't prevent it, but you say you go throw it out and you just reel it in, and say that swim bait is the fish. Don't put it like this. Don't get as close as you can to the rod tip, because that's the one good way to break your rod tip. And how are you gonna net it like this? You know what I mean? Like, and then leaning back. So that's like one of them I always see, that you reel it to the rod tip and then try to get it in like this. You're gonna break the rod, you're gonna lose the fish. That's just not the best way to do it. The best way I think to do it is, so you get about this much line out right there, guys. So it's probably almost to the reel, but you don't stay holding on to the reel. You move your hand up above the rod, where it gives you a lot more control. The weight's back here, and you kind of just push it away from you. So when you get it in, say you're fighting it like this, you switch real quick, and then whenever you swing the rod, push it backwards, you put the net down, and it goes right into there, right into. That's like a 5. The really important thing right there, guys, don't miss this part, is when you push out, the bait's gonna the fish is gonna pendulum back to you. All right, say it hits it right here at the boat and you have this much line out, I'll get it and go even further up the rod and get it in there. And then once you get in the net, you open the line, boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? And there you have it, guys. That's how I land those big fish super quick. Sometimes, most of the time, it's not always pretty, but I think that's probably the best way to land out of a kayak, because you're sitting down, you don't have much room to work with, you don't have this huge, you can get those big old long nets, but I think that takes up too much space, in my opinion, on a kayak. But if that works for you, that's you. I like to use the Line Cutters Edition net, floating net that floats, so if you flip, hey, it's gonna be there still for you. But yeah, guys, appreciate y'all watching. See y'all next episode with Manny B and the Skinny Water Boys.